Color grading is just a bitch. There, I've said it. And sorry for my language, but it's a freaking nightmare. And if you watch hundreds of videos just like me and you still don't get it, this video is for you. Because I'm not a technical guy if it comes to color grading. I just want to have fun and make beautiful stuff. So that's why I'm gonna give away my preset. I'm gonna make in this video to you guys. And if you want to know how, just stick to the video and you'll know how to download it. If you don't care about the preset or like me, just go to the chapters and skip to the part where I start color grading and you'll be fine. So if you do care, stick around. But first, the light here is pretty shit because I was too lazy today to put on some studio lighting and the dog is snoring in the background, but who cares? It's a video about color grading, not about my face, you know. What I want to tell you guys, and I think that's very important about the whole color grading, is I'm not a color grader, I'm a photographer, and probably you're a photographer also, and the color grading stuff just comes along with it. You basically have to do it, or you want to do it but you don't get it. Don't hurt yourself, it's normal, because the color theory is in basic very simple, but gets very advanced quite quick. I'm a self-taught photographer. I learned everything by I learned it intuitive, that's a better thing. I learned intuitive by feeling, that's how I work as a photographer. And the same goes out for color grading. When I'm color grading, I'm basically doing what I think is best. I want to make it beautiful, that's the only thing. So I speak the language of photographers and videographers that are not technical but just want to make beautiful stuff. If you're feeling that, I'm your guy. I'm gonna use a lot of food analogies because why food? Because everybody loves food. I love food a lot, and everybody knows food. And if I tell my food analogy, you probably understand what I'm going for. So, what's important about color grading is the same thing if you make a dish. If you have one ingredient in a dish, it doesn't make a dish. You have to have multiple ingredients to make a great dish. So if you have like 10 ingredients or 5 ingredients, you get probably a better dish. And it's the same with color grading. If you do like one thing like really big, it doesn't work. You have to do a lot of things very small that makes color grading better. That's what I've learned as a color grader. And also because I'm a photographer, I make sure my photo is already 80-90% there. And the only thing I have to do, I have to put the cherry on top, and that's the color grading part. So when I'm photographing, I'm already thinking about what I'm going to do with my color grading. So right now we're in my computer in Lightroom Classic, that's the one I used. The order of my settings is a bit different from you guys because I changed the order. You can change it up in the settings. So color grading. This is my basic photo. It's a raw file. There's nothing done with the photo. As you can see in the histogram, it's very important. Here is nothing. I photograph quite dark. Actually, I use a lot of ND filters. I do it on purpose. I'm just a very dark guy, probably. I think my just got dark soul or something. But it works for wedding photography, basically. That's the way I work. So in my photos, I always have -1. Less color, less light than most photographers. So I know that I have to pump up my light again here in Lightroom to get it better. But how do we start? So the first when we start, I always use the lens corrections. If you go to lens corrections, and in this case it's already on, but normally this is the photo. I will put it on. Why? Because it's especially when you use a wide angle lens like a 50mm here, you want to take away that roundish shape of the photo, and everything has more equal light. Because if I put it off, you already get those dark corners. I don't want to have those dark corners. If you're thinking the dog is snoring in the background, yes, she is snoring. She's a Labrador and she likes sleeping a lot. So that's the first step we do. Then I go to the basics. Always start with the basics. So in this case, normally when I do, I change the white balance. In this case, the white balance is perfect. I wouldn't change anything about it, so it's great. I need more light, so let's pump up the lights, because as I told, I shoot quite dark and I make it darker. I don't have 90. It's so difficult to get 0.90, 0.90. I want to have lighter in Lightroom. That's the way I work. I want to give it a little bit more contrast. I will fill it in. You see the difference between the contrast. I always pull the highlights down a little bit. That's the way I work. This is already looking for the photos because it brings back a little more detail in the photo. So like this. Then I pump up the shadows a little bit so their skins are getting more open. Like this. I pull the whites a little bit down. Like this. And I pull the blacks up. So I do a lot of contra movements in this photo. But I like the contrast. So I open up the photo. And now it looks like shit, but that's the meaning. It has to look like shit because it was a photo in front. Now it's like this because I want to play around with the color curves, or the tone curves. Sorry, excuse me. Sometimes I mess them up because Lightroom just changed a lot of names. So I hope if you have the old version, I will hope I'm telling you the right because everything changed. The names have changed of the program, the settings. Sorry, what am I talking about? Let's go to the tone curves. So I'm going to close this one up. Oh, and I forgot something. Before we go further, how can I forget? So I always put on a little bit of clarity. Just a little bit, like this. And pull a little bit the haze down. So to make it even more open. So now we can go to the tone curves. And who doesn't like tone curves? It's just amazing. Now, I know a lot of people hate it because they don't understand it. So, the basic rule of tone curves is just making little S's. Just make everything a little S and you'll be fine. And the thing is, in tone curves, if you make like already some adjustment points, like this, what I'm doing, so I keep this in the middle and I hold my option key, saying right, so I can't pull it really hard, just like this. I pull it open, and maybe a little bit like here, like this. The color. So here I'm making the S, like this, because I'm going to color in here. So it looks strange, but keep with me, hold with me, because I wanted to make. I'm gonna adjust all three of them. So then I go into the green ones. And the green, I do the same thing. I make a little S, make those points. Again, if I hold option, is like a little adjustment, like this. Maybe a little more like this. Why not? Yeah, that's cool. Cool vibe. Pull this one up. Oh, sorry. This a little bit. Then we go to the red, because we want to go also in the red tones. Also a little an S curve. I missed that one. S curve. Again, make those points go like this. And see a pattern going. I do the same thing on this photo again. And now you see because I'm doing the third one, and now everything goes perfect. Absolutely perfect. And that's the thing. You have to, if you adjust all three of them in a normal white balance photo, you're great. If it's like a magenta dominant photo, you have to do stuff way different. But normal photo, you can pull it like this. You can pull it a little bit like this. I'm going to check all the curves if I did the same. So now we're back at contrast. So if I press this button, there's a huge difference. Sorry, excuse my English. What I want to go and do is also the contrast. Normally I do the contrasts as first, but I don't know why I started with the colors, but it doesn't matter because I know I want to make S's. Same with the contrasts. Contrasts is that multiple? Well, I'm gonna make 3 of them again. So I like it when the whites are a little bit more like this, so you can see it like here, more a little bit grayish, so like this. And I like it when this one goes this, a little more contrast. Sometimes you can pull open the blacks like this. It's also cool a little bit. You can never go past this point. So you have to always stick below this one. I'm not just gonna do a little bit. And then I'm gonna adjust the highlights and darks a little bit extra. And still I'm working with the S-curve. Still is an S-curve. That's very important. Keep the S-curves going. So once again, I'm going to change these one up and I'm going to fill it in because I know a little bit what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing. So this, if you pick the color picker, you can see here where you're at. So if you like here, you want to pull the colors of the skin up, you do like this. If you want to put the dark a little bit down, you do like this. That's basically what you're doing. Like that, like this. Like this. So where's that point? But you also can do it right here. Put it a little bit up. Like this. So you can see how vibrant the photo is getting. The shadows a little bit less. So I've adjusted everything and the photo looks already so much better. But still very pops a lot with color. But that's why we've got more settings, and that's called the HSL or color mixer. Sorry, it's nowadays called color mixer, but it used to be they used to call it HSL. Still seeing here, so the color mixer HSL is the same. Also a new setting here. We're not gonna do that one with you guys because we're gonna keep it simple. I'm still figuring this one out. It works, but we keep to this one. So you can always do, if you want to change the color, just pick it up like this and go like this, change the skin color, or like you want to change the green, sorry, the hue of the green, you can go like this. So that's a very easy way to do it. But for skin tones, I always do it like manually because it's very important to do it right. I don't have an 8. Sorry, I have to fill it in. It's so annoying. -8. So this is like -5, I guess. Maybe more like this, or 0. It's -30. Less. This is too much. I keep it like this. The aqua is also the blue. I don't like blue. This. The reds, so a little more reds, doesn't matter. Little of this. So it's also very important because it's a beautiful couple that their skin tones are matching. I'm gonna pull out the yellows and just playing around. That's the thing you do. You just play around step by step. And just see what works for you. There's the green again. We don't like the green. Go away green. Just a little bit of green is enough. And this, I'm gonna pull this away. I'm gonna do it like this. Sorry, I'm gonna fill it in. 26. I mean 25 maybe. 25. Sorry, I want aqua. I want 0. Do it wrong. 5. 25. Doesn't really matter though, but I always keep them down because I don't like those in the photo. But you can keep them on 0 as you can see here. So luminance is also very important. If you I want to pump this up because the skin is very dark and I want to make it a little bit lighter. Like this. Just a little bit. Also the green down a little bit. The blue isn't the color here. You can see a little bit in the sky, but doesn't matter. And now we have to make the HSL color. There's also a very big difference, as you can see. See the difference? If you see those are small adjustments that makes such a big difference. Then I go to the color grading tool. Color had a different name. I don't know what the first name was. Like split toning. That was the first. It was called split toning, but nowadays it's called color grading. How about that? Same thing, because use like option key. You can when you pull something. So I want to have the highlights, have a little bit of color, a little bit. So like this, a little bit of blue. You can see it here. I hope you can see it on YouTube. Blue, and I want to have the shadows. Want to have like a little more orangey. This. And a contrasting color is like blue and orange, so you make contrasts. And already looks so much better, and I can see the balance in the forest. You can see here. But it's okay. As you can see here, you can change it up between the two colors. Maybe I'm gonna like it a little more like this. Yeah, don't really see a lot. I already see there's a big difference. Then I go to calibration. So you don't have to all those steps, but I'm gonna go through every step so you know what I'm doing. These have very lot of impact on the photo, as you can see. So you have to use this one very carefully, same as this one, because you can see the reddish of the skin is still very reddish. So I'm gonna pull it down. I probably am doing stuff wrong because a professional color grader is like, dude, you're doing it wrong. But this is the way I do it, and it works really well for me, I can tell you. Because a lot of people want to have my presets, even though I'm just doing whatever. So now if I pull this one down, the color gets strange, so I have to change up the other ones, like we did in the tone curve. We'll do it like this, fill in. Yeah, like this, and maybe let's go up. So very red, so now we have to touch the red because we did the other ones. Down, and this one goes up to 5, I guess. A little bit, because it's still a little bit strange. So you see the big difference between the reddish of the skin or a little bit down like this. I like this version of the color grading. If you see the original version, this is such a big difference, and this is the way I like it. I like to pop out some colors but still very desaturated. How can we make this photo even better? Let's go to effects. Excuse me. I love graining in my photos, so I just crank it up a lot. Because so if you want to see the grain on the photo, zoom in, you can see the difference. If I go to 48, you see the grain in the photo, and still it just gives so much more swing to the photo, I guess. So we're gonna put on a mask here. So we're gonna put on a mask. And what I like to do is just take the gradient tool, make a circle around them, invert the circle, just pull out those blacks. Oh, sorry, I was using the wrong one. Just pull it out a little bit like this. Looks so much better. And if you make it the clarity a little bit go down, gives a dreamy so look to it. As you can see, you can even pull it down, doesn't matter. If you don't like it when I pull it down fully, cool, like it. So you even can play with the colors. You can give it less color in the side, but I don't like it, it's too cheesy. And now I've completely edited this photo. It's completely color graded. Like if you see the photo in the beginning, oh, that doesn't work. The green beginning, or you see the result is huge. So we have more photos, and what I would do with this color grade, I would save it. So I would create a preset. I'll put it in my YouTube folder, and I will call it preset 1. So now I've called it preset 1 right here. If you go to the next photo, this one is original photo, raw file, there's nothing done with it. Same things, they are a little bit, they need more light, but that's the thing, we're gonna use this preset. Grab this preset, put it over it. Already looks really great. I don't have to do a lot about it. The only thing I have to do, I have to pull down the lights a little bit. Sorry, I have a keyboard here that does it, but I'll use it right here. Pull it down a little bit. Oh, sorry, there's a contrast. What am I doing? Pull a little bit down, a little bit. So then I grab my mask tool again. I could implement the mask in the preset, but I'd rather do it myself because every photo is different. That's why I want to put on the mask myself. But the gradient tool, and now I can lift them up if I like. I can do it different ways. I can lift them up, exposure, like this. There's the many ways to do it. This is the easy way and there's better ways, but it's about doing this way. I pull the highlights a little bit down so it keeps detail in her dress. And I could use another mask tool, the same thing, gradient tool, like this. And I invert it because I love to invert those masks like this, a little bit darker. I see the difference already, making it darker. And also make it a little bit more dreamy, like this. And again, there was the original, and see how easy it goes. And if you see the original photo, this, and the edited version, because all my photography is basically the same, my presets work on my photos. So learn to consistently make the same kind of photos, so you know the preset works on your photos. And if I grab this preset again, I put it on, well, let's say this photo here. It's already working. You only have to pull up the light a little bit and don't have to do really a lot because it's done. Same with this photo. Well, this is a different photo because it's very much backlight. You can see very hard sunlight. We're going to try out how it works. Probably it's too cold, so you can see it here. The exposure is a little bit too cold. I would crank up the white balance a little bit more because it's evening sun, so you have to be. I like that reddish, that sun glare in the photo. What would I do in the photo? Maybe we'll put this a little bit down. Use my mask again. And you could select an object, but I want to have the stuff around them also light up a little bit. I grab my gradient tool, like this. Maybe like this. And just light them a little bit up. Just a little bit. Soften the highlights. And you can see how great it works. So how can you download my preset? If you go to the description, there's a download link on my Google Drive and you can download a preset. You can play around with it. I would definitely practice yourself, but you can use it as a base. If you start using my preset, think about this. You're using my style of editing and not your own style. Create your own style, practice it. Even if you practice enough, you will getting better. That's the thing. Yeah, you get better if you do it a lot. Don't expect it to work the first time. No, try every day. Just color grade, make it better. Use that version, make it better. That's how I tried. I never bought any presets. I just start fucking it up, because that's what it is. You have to fuck it up to make it better. And if you know me, I fucked a lot of stuff up to make it better. If you want to see more of my content or photos, or want to have influence on my videos, go to my Instagram, because I asked you guys what my next video should be about, and you guys can tell me. So I'm not the influencer, you guys are the influencers. Also, for quick tips and stuff, just check out my channel. If you're like me, like a photographer that's not very technical, but just does it by feeling, or like intuitive. That word, man, is really breaking my balls. I don't want to be technical, I just want to make beautiful stuff. I hope this helps you a lot, and see you next time. Bye bye.